Hi, I'm Kira Northrop, a graduate from Shepherd University, and I'm interning with Special Olympics this fall. Thanks for tuning in to Special Olympics Maryland Media in Motion, our quarterly Special Olympics Maryland TV show presented by our good partners, Towson University and Towson University Athletics.
Hi, I'm Adam Hayes, and I have been involved in Special Olympics for over 20 years in soccer, cycling, skiing, aquatics, and basketball. I am also an active member in the Athlete Congress. Today, on our show, we have footage from Special Olympics Maryland's Fall Sports Fest and the results from those events, along with the results from the cycling championship.
We will also give you a recap of our Athlete Congress meeting this Saturday from Anu Singleton, our chairman.
I was able to have a great interview with Secretary Beatty about the Department of Disabilities and the services they provide. And to finish off the show, we will, of course, have our recap and details about our upcoming events like our bowling championships and one of our biggest events of the year, the Polar Bear Plunge.
Well, Adam, let's not keep the people waiting any longer. Let's see a short video that recaps the 2016 Fall Sports Fest held a few weekends ago. There were many great performances at the Fall Sports Fest. In particular, we would like to say congratulations to the following athletes, where their performances created entry into Special Olympic Maryland's top 10 times and lifts, respectively in cycling and powerlifting. Hey Adam, you are a cyclist, so why don't you start us off with cycling?
In the 500 meter, Grayson Jones from St. Mary's County turned in a 1:58.10 time to enter the top 10 at number 5. Not to be outdone, teammate Jeremiah Smith from St. Mary's County raced to the number 6 spot with a 1:59.8 performance. In the 1K race, congratulations to Chris Doley from the Upper Shore, whose 2 minute and 23 second performance moving him into the number 7 spot in the top 10 for men. In the women's top 10, Lisa Edwards from Howard County turned in a 3 minute and 19 second race to propel her to the her also to the number 7 spot. In the 2K race, there was only one change in the 2K top 10, and it was on the men's side. Matthew Harms from St. Mary's County moved into the number 6 spot. There were no changes in the 5K race records, but some minor changes in the women's 10K races. We had 5 new entries in the top 10. Congratulations to Healy Doyle from Montgomery County, Phyllis White from St. Mary's County, Meredith Beck from Montgomery County, and Madeline Guy from Prince George's County, who entered the top 10 at number 1, 2, and 3 and 4, respectively. Also, job well done to Andrea Brown from St. Mary's County, whose time placed her at number 6.
There were also some powerlifters entering their respective top 10s as well. In the deadlift, congratulations goes out to Thomas Morer of Montgomery County, whose lift was 425 pounds, ties him for the top spot in the men's top 10. Also entering the top 10 was Justin Houghton from Howard County, with a lift of 330, ties him for the number 10 spot. In the women's deadlift, we have to say congratulations to Laura Evans from Montgomery County, who now occupies the number 4 spot with a lift of 187 pounds. Jessica Mosley from Anne Arundel County lifted her way to the number 5 spot, lifting 176 pounds. And Robin White, also from Anne Arundel County, enters at number 10 by successfully lifting 170 pounds. There were record lifts in the men's bench press, highlighted by Kenny Long from Howard County, lifting 212, moved into the number 3 spot. Carroll County's Richard Roebuck nabbed the number 2 spot in the top 10 record lifts with a 226-pound bench. The highlight of the day had to be Thomas Morer, hitting that number 1 spot with a 237-pound lift. The women's deadlift saw one change, as Lauren Evans lifted herself to the number 5 spot with a 99-pound bench press. Lots of change in the record books, Adam. A true testament to the training and determination of these athletes.
Sure does, Kara. Fall Sports Fest was a great time. Thanks for all the results, and congratulations to all the athletes. All the hard work put in year round has paid off. All results have been posted on our website at somd.org. October 30th, 2016 was the soccer championships at Crown Sports Center in Fruitland, Maryland. We have put together a short video montage of the day. Chairperson of the Athlete Congress, Anu Singleton. Welcome, Anu.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
The Athlete Congress was held on November 5th, 2016. Can you fill us in with what the Athlete Congress is and what was discussed?
Sure, of course. This month at the meeting, we reviewed the Healthy Athletes program to see if there could be an opportunity to expand healthy athlete screenings into areas such as asthma testing, blood pressure testing, etc., etc. We had Pam Greenwood come in and explain the program and help us in our discussion. We also appointed as member to be the Healthy Athletes representative. We also discussed bullying by sharing stories about incidents that may have happened to us or stories we have heard about bullying that happened to people we know. We have begun discussion how we can support various anti-bullying campaigns within Special Olympics Maryland. The last item we discussed was how we can help Special Olympics Maryland in their recruiting goal of 20,000 athletes by 2025. It was a very good meeting.
Thanks, Adam and Anu. Sounds like a very productive meeting. I'm excited to hear what happens next. We will take a short break, and when we come back, we will have our interview with Secretary Beatty.
To me, there's such a straight line from being at Towson, working on the school paper, being in my journalism classes, to here, to me being at CNN. The journalism skills I was taught at Towson are obviously crucial. I use them here every day. There are at least half a dozen professors from Towson I still keep in touch with. These are people who have been supporting me, cheerleading for me, and counseling me for a decade now. I am that stereotypical kid who graduated 7 years ago who is desperate to go back. I know I wouldn't be sitting on this set if I hadn't started at Towson.
This portion of Maryland's media and motions have been brought to you by Special Olympics Maryland Young Athletes Programs. Special Olympics Young Athletes is a unique sport and play programs for children with intellectual disabilities. The focus is on fun activities that are important to mental and physical growth. Children ages 2 to 7 enjoy games and activities that develop motor skills and hand-eye coordination. Young Athletes is an early introduction to sports and to be the world of Special Olympics. The children learn new things, play, and have lots of fun. Parents said their children and young athletes also develop better social skills. The confidence boosts make it easier for them to play and talk with other children on the playground and elsewhere. Learn more at www.somd.org.
Adam caught up with Secretary Beatty to learn more about her and the Department of Disabilities. Here is that interview.
Well, thank you for being here today with us, Secretary Beatty.
Thank you, Adam. It's a pleasure to be here with you. And so I am Carol Beatty. I'm the Secretary for the Maryland Department of Disabilities. I have been in this position for about 1.5 years now. Governor Hogan asked me to serve in this capacity, and I'm just honored that he asked me to do that.
What are the services offered by the Department of Disabilities to individuals with intellectual disabilities?
Okay, we are a very small state agency within the state government, and our primary function is to act as a collaborator between state agency partners and the community. And so a lot of times what we do isn't really seen, it's almost behind the scenes. You know, we may hear that there's an issue that people are interested in. For example, I just had a meeting. One of the reasons why we're here at the Department of Transportation is I had a meeting with the Secretary of the Department of Transportation and some of his staff, and a person with a disability who wanted some changes in transportation for people with disabilities. So I act as sort of a connector in that way. We also provide some services directly. So one that might be of real keen interest of people with intellectual disabilities is the federal government has a grant for every state and territory around technology assistance for people with disabilities. And in Maryland, that grant comes to our department, and it funds the Maryland Technology Assistance Program. And we provide an opportunity for people with disabilities to come and try out high-tech stuff and low-tech stuff that might help them in their life, as well as we provide a loan program so people that don't have high enough income can purchase technology for themselves. So that's an area that I think might be of real interest to people.
Okay. two important topics for our athletes and families are employment and secondary education initiatives. Can you explain what they are, what the status of implementation is, and who in your office is responsible for them?
Okay, yeah, sure. Well, I talked a little bit about Employment First, the Employment First initiative within the state of Maryland, primarily being managed by the Developmental Disabilities Administration. But there are other state partners involved. DOORS, which is Division of Rehabilitation Services, and our department is very involved. The Maryland Developmental Disabilities Council is involved, and so and many other state agencies. If I can't name them all at this point, but so we're working together to make sure that we're moving Maryland forward in this area, so that people with disabilities and intellectual disabilities have options for work after they leave high school. You also mentioned post-secondary education. That's another area that we're really excited about. We helped establish the Success Program at UMBC, which was really a success. I don't mean that to sound success was a success. We always laugh about that, but it was a pilot program. And even though it's a great program, I'm sure some of your friends attend and really enjoy it and really have gotten a lot benefited from it. UMBC has decided as a pilot they're not going to extend that, and so we've been working with some other universities and colleges in Maryland to establish their own post-secondary program. I'm not really at liberty to say which ones, but I want to assure you and the group that's asking about this that we are hard at work at this, and we are positive and optimistic that there will be one or two programs in Maryland in the future.
So, where can people find the information that we talked about here today?
Well, if they're interested in finding out more about the department, we have a website. It's www.mdod.maryland.gov, or you can Google the Maryland Department of Disabilities. And we also have very active Facebook page and a Twitter page that we try and keep up with all of our activities and to pass along information. And so they can be a friend on Facebook or Twitter, and I guess you're not a friend on Twitter, but anyway, they could connect with us that way. And thank you very much. This is, first of all, I have such high regards for you, Adam, and also for the Special Olympics Maryland. And I hope that we can work together a lot more.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and we really, and I know it will, everything you talked about will be beneficial to my fellow athletes in the intellectually disabled community and disability community as a whole. So thank you again, Secretary Beatty.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. It was great to catch up with Secretary Beatty, who is a huge supporter of Special Olympics Maryland. Unfortunately, we couldn't fit the whole interview of Secretary Beatty, and if you would like to see the whole interview, just go to somd.org and take a look at the full interview. Now, Kara, I think it's time to take a look at some of the upcoming events for Special Olympics Maryland. What is in store for our athletes coming up?
We have a bunch of things coming up soon, Adam. The 10-pin bowling championships are coming up on December 4th, 2016 in Gaithersburg, Maryland. St. Mary's Splash hits the water on December 10, 2016. Cool School Plunge occurs on January 26, 2017, followed by the Police, Fire, EMS, Military Plunge, and Corporate Plunge on the 27th. The 21st Annual MSP Polar Bear Plunge occurs on January 28, 2017. All details for the plunge can be found at plungemd.com. For a full list of special and sports events, please see our website calendar at www.somd.org.
It's certainly going to be a busy couple of months for Special Olympics Maryland. I have to say, I'm very excited. Remember, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Just look on the screen on how to find us. That does it for us here at Maryland Media in Motion. We hope you enjoyed the show and tune in again a few months as we bring you more news and views.
See you guys next time.